Because of trouble in Iran and the cost of cabbage in Japan, them gasoline boys done raised the price again. You know, they keep saying on the TV there that they're working to keep a trust. You may have to put in some overtime, boys. But don't matter too much what I think. I couldn't afford for my truck to drink that liquid gold that kept it on the road. So I looked around for another way to run my pickup Chevrolet, and I'm sorry to say here's what my research showed. Now steam and electric ain't a good bet. They ain't perfected them things yet, and one fool's trying to run a motorboat off of the sun. Even read a feller said for sure he could run his truck off a chicken manure. I tried that. I'd like to find that son of a gun. Lord, what a mess. Took me a week to clean out my fuel tank with distilled prune juice. Then one night I watched the news. They said they's gonna mix gas and booze, 10% alcohol. We'll all try cheap. Well, I said to myself, now self says I have 10%'s a real good try. Well, 100 proof ought to really move my heat. I went down to the road to some good old boys who'd make me a brew with a lot of joy. I said, give me a gallon, let's see if this truck will drink. We poured it in that pickup's tank. Its little chassis gave a yank, and its catalytic converter coated with ice. Bells and buzzers started to scream, seatbelts busted at the seam, and a rude noise came from its pollution control device. One headlight went a little cockeyed, and I knew that truck was ready to ride when a hazy smile came across its chrome. It started up with no help from me, shifted into high at 93, and it sang one verse to show me the way to go home. I beat the fuel crisis, I beat them gasoline prices. I can run all night and day on half a buck. It may not work for all vehicles, but it sure does give my wheels a tickle. Liquored up, pick 'em up truck. Well, that little truck stays wild and loose on a gallon of that crazy juice and better mileage than a Yamaha lawnmower. But word got around to my regret about my tanked up Chevrolet. Everybody in town went down to the moonshine store. Well, the minute them old boys knew how we was using their homebrew, they found a reason to go up on their price. They claimed a secret to their yeast. It only grows in the Middle East, and it's suddenly hard to get. Ain't that nice? Yeah, they're going from 55 cents to 99.9, all in one whoosh, don't you know? Research and development, building moonshine stills out in the ocean, things like that. Till they raise the price, and that comes later. I just keep ice in my radiator and a few dry roasted peanuts on the dash. My pickup's drunk and having fun, a flat out running son of a gun, and he's doing his thing on leaded sour mash. I beat the fuel crisis, I beat them gasoline prices. I can run all night and day on half a buck. It may not work for all vehicles, but it sure does give my wheels a tickle. Liquored up, pick 'em up truck. My liquored up, pick 'em up truck. That little truck stays so wiped out he thinks he's Willie Nelson. You ever see a drunk half-ton Chevrolet with a sweatband around his hood ornament? Every time he blows the doors off one of them hybrid cars, he says, yeah, it's for me and old Waylon. I'm worried about him, though. I took him down to the mechanic the other day, and he said, son, I don't know what you're putting in this thing, but you had better stop. He is about to get cirrhosis of the oil filter. Running on chicken manure, who thought that up? Solar-powered motorboats, you gotta be